Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are checking out another internet historian video. We are checking out childhood. Full stop. It's not capitalized, just childhood. Now, this is from his second channel, Incognito Mode. I have seen a few of his videos on here before. We've checked a few of them out. They might be on my other channel, actually. But if you have any videos you'd like me to see or any ideas, be sure to let me know in the comment below. And let me know what your favorite internet historian video is. I think mine is probably The Fall of 76. It was the first one I ever watched, but it was pretty hilarious. Probably my favorite. I like the Costa Concordia too. But without further ado, we're going to get into this. Let's go.
Childhood. What's the deal
Nintendo
with children?
Switch.
Is this a child? If children are the future, how come they never see it coming? Bang! One day you will save Gotham. And how come they always get to be on the milk carton? I want a turn. Free candy?
Okay,
I
dude.
want some. Aha! I got
Free
one. Give
candy.
me all your NFTs. This must be their lair. There's got to be some MILFs around here somewhere.
Please, sir. I want some more.
More?
Are orphanages run by fucked up people in real life too? Because in every single TV show or movie, they're always run up by the most fucked up people, right? Like Oliver Twist is orphanage, right? I'm not 100% sure. I've only seen it like once and I wasn't really watching. Also, I'm pretty sure in Naruto, didn't they give Kabuto an orphanage to run in the end? Like, wasn't that what he was doing come the end of the anime? That's kind of fucked up that they let him do it. But yeah, man, orphanages don't seem like a good place to be. Unless you're Bruce Wayne. He didn't go to an orphanage, so he got raised by a butler. So the point is mute on that.
More?
Certainly. Have all of the NFTs you
NFTs.
need. All this and more.
How dare you steal the NFTs?
In the
So,
Copyright
Internet
fraud.
historian, I see you are in the field for the 12th time. Would you like to explain that for us?
Oh, yes, well, you see, I can't get the main channel video finished. And so
Ah.
I just keep pumping these out.
And so, why is that?
Um,
Interesting. And it has nothing to do with
I
the
feel
fact
like-
that you were recently found to be the world's gayest man third year running.
Oh, not again. No, everyone's coming out from behind the curtains. Put the cake away. We're
Number
not
one
doing
gay.
this again. I'm not putting on the hat.
But really, man, congratulations. I know you've been gunning for that.
Do I read my speech? I did prepare this.
Please.
They go with this
Yeah,
ad
so
lib,
the
right?
camera's right
Like,
there.
off the rip.
I want to thank my parents, Jesus. I want to thank the Academy, of course, my biggest inspiration, my
Academy.
muse. Many kudos. I learnt from the best.
I'm shining down on you like Mufasa.
Yeah, I mean, if he was still alive today, surely he would have won this award, but I'm still grateful to accept it on his behalf.
I was gonna say, in terms of him releasing videos, I feel like when you do videos like him, you try and one up yourself every single time. Like it takes you months to make the video, and then you keep trying to one up it. Maybe you get a little bit lazy too, if like you start making money. Because I'm sure there's a few channels that have done that. I feel like he does a lot more of these videos because there's less pressure. Like he can do what he wants. He doesn't have to put in as much effort or probably even as much money into them. So I see that with a lot of big YouTubers that have multiple channels. They try and have one where it's much higher produced content and stuff. And inevitably, you know, you're going to have less videos on those channels. But anyway, nearly dying. Actually, I feel like every child has a fucking story of nearly dying. I have one. Actually, I might have a multiple. I was hit by a car once, but I didn't nearly die from it. The one time I remember of nearly dying was I was in South Africa as a child and I was on this farm. I don't remember shit about the farm. I just remember walking up this hill and then like with this girl that I didn't know. I was like 5 or 6 years old. And like as I'm stepping forward, she literally puts her arm in front of me as I'm about to fall in this massive fucking hole of like, it was like a reservoir of water running in. And like, if I fell in there, it was probably GG for me, to be honest, because that was a good probably 20 feet down. There was no way I would be getting out of there, and I couldn't swim, so probably would have drowned in a farm reservoir. Wouldn't have been fun at the age of 6.
What's the closest you've come to dying?
I fell off a cliff.
Jesus.
I think I must have been about 12. I was there with my mate, and I fell off it. The thing that sort of saved me was I fell through a tree,
Oh, sure.
all the way down to the ground. And I was like,
Like the
"Ooh."
movies,
and then
yeah.
I sort of stood up, and I was like, oh, I'm not dead. I really feel like I should be dead.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
looked
that
up,
feeling
and I
is-
was like, holy shit, that was a long way. My mate saw some of it happen, and he comes like running down. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then I'm like in this state of shock.
Sure.
I'm like, Oh, can we just go get like an ice cream
Adrenaline
at
meter.
the dairy?
You know
We
them
walk down to
ones.
the dairy and we get an ice cream each.
And then
We
your
start
pain
walking
comes
back,
in.
and then the shock wears off.
Yeah.
And I just start crying.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that must have been like
Yeah.
doubly weird for him.
Is your ice cream not nice? We can swap, man. It's fine. I fell into a wet hole, which would have been like a very nice, like cyclical. way of having
wet
a
hole.
life.
Yeah.
I was like 3. That has to be one of my earliest memories.
Oh, that's when you snapped into consciousness.
Yeah, I guess this is the moment where I was plugged into the Matrix finally.
Ha.
It was out in the country, this really large like property, and Dad had been digging these like holes to plant trees in, and they were really deep holes.
Right.
Mariana's
Really deep
Trench.
holes, like,
A lot of bodies.
Yeah, that too. I was meant to be one of them, I think. But it had rained the day before. And so these holes that Dad had dug were now full of water. 3-year-old me waddling around like,
Who let their
this
kid
is
waddle
great.
around
I
like
don't
that?
know what happened. I lost my footing and I slipped into this tree hole. I don't know whether or not I would have actually drowned, or if it was one of the things if I actually just like relaxed, my feet would have landed on the ground. But in my toddler brain, I was like, I don't know how to swim. I'm in a body of water and I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I just remember screaming my lungs out, and I have a vivid memory of grasping at dirt and grass, like on the edge of the thing, desperately trying to pull myself out
That
of
would have
this
been tragic,
watery
bro.
grave. And my dad, like, thankfully heard and sprinted down and, like, yoinked
No.
me out of the hole. And then
That
I
would've
think
been
he spanked
hot.
me for being an idiot and falling in the hole, which is like, come
Hey,
on,
never
Dad,
do it again, though, will
learn
you?
a lesson.
I feel like that reminds me of the Heavy Rain game. If you haven't seen it, I think I did a playthrough of that on my other channel actually. But there is a scene there. If you don't want spoilers, you don't want spoilers. But the game's like 15 years old now, where the kid drowns in basically a puddle. I've almost drowned once too, but that was at a beach, and I didn't drown. I managed to just keep going and not thinking. But it's crazy. I feel like you should learn how to swim from a young age. I don't know why that is not a mandatory thing we learn. You know what I mean? People always harp on about you don't learn this, you don't learn that at school. Why don't you teach kids how to swim? Like, yes, we went to swimming class for a while in my primary school, but they didn't really teach us how to swim. Some of the kids knew how to swim already, so they would be in the advanced section. Some kids kind of knew how to swim, so they would be in like the next section. And some of us who were just scared of the water and who couldn't swim and never had a lesson were just put in like the kid pool, and they never really taught us anything. They just kind of just were like, yep, try and swim with this floaty thing. And I never learned a thing from it, you know what I mean? So I feel like everyone should learn how to swim now. I still need to kind of learn. I can kind of do it, but not very efficiently. I get fatigued very quickly. But that might also be because I'm very unfit. Well, you know, we both. I got that gamer stamina, you
Did
know?
you ever go to a school formal?
Yeah, I was a nerd.
I did.
So that sort of stuff is pretty uneventful
Twice.
to me. I went to the first one, but I don't like to dance.
Yeah.
And,
Same.
and so...
I went to quite a few.
Ooh,
We didn't have that many.
Mini kudos
but
went to
only
mini
like
formals.
No, stop.
We should start
no,
calling them mini
no, well,
formals.
here's the only thing I remember out of every formal I went to, my entire high school experience was going to the bathroom, and there was 3 stools, and the one in the middle was free. And as I go in, these 2 dudes come out of the 2 toilets flanking it, and they're like, "Do you want to race us?" And I was like, "No." And then they're like, "Oh," and they closed the door, and then they started like. Just, I guess, see who could shit the quickest.
What the fuck?
That's memories.
That's the only thing I remember.
That's
from
crazy,
any
dude.
formal.
That's crazy. What? What? I never use public bathrooms, man. I fucking hate them. I'm scarred, bro. Like, public bathrooms can fuck off. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I was at like a wedding or something. I was always scared that the doors of the public toilets would get fully stuck if I locked them, so I would never lock them. And I was just like taking a piss in one of the toilets, but I didn't lock the door, and some guy just pushed it open and saw my arse cheeks, and he just like, it was so funny how he recoiled. He was like, "Oh my god!" Like, he's like, and then my uncle was there waiting for me, and he was just laughing. For some reason, I can remember that. I don't know what it was at, but I can remember that vividly. In terms of proms, we only had 2. We had one in year 11, which was 16 years old. I think I was 15. I hadn't turned 16 yet actually at that one. And then the other one was at the end of year 13, which I would have been 17, almost 18, I think. I went to both. The year 11 one was a bit more fun, if I remember, because all my friends were there. But really and truly, it was not for me, dude. There's a lot of dancing, I'm not really a dancer. It's one of those things, bro. If you're popular, then you're popular. But in the UK, it's not the same as it is in America. I feel like in America, it's a much bigger deal, stuff like that. Like in England, it's kind of just done as a final party more than a you know, something more serious. Like we don't have it every year. Like it's only your year that does it. You know, they don't have one for every single year group, shit like that.
Did you ever get the condom talk or
I think my dad, like, sort of tried to have that conversation
not
with
me.
I think he just wanted to say, you know, look, if you had any questions, it's like, it's fine. I'll just Google it.
I think I was like
That's true,
14
dude.
and I was sitting on the computer just chilling and mum like came over.
I bet there's
she
YouTube
had, like,
tutorials on it, bro.
like a banana
no
and
cap.
cucumber, and she's like,
Right? I can picture it.
we need to do
Nah.
this. And I was like, Mum, I've already learned it. I'm not doing this.
So she sat down on the couch, right? She's lit a couple of candles.
Okay,
There's
no
some
candles, no
music.
candles, midday. It was very neutral. I was sitting at my computer, probably playing World of Warcraft.
Right.
I know you don't want to, but we need to do this. And I saw the banana or whatever it was and the condom, and I was like,
Oh my god, so she put the condom in her mouth, and then
no,
what?
stop!
Why has his
Dude,
mum got a
happen.
beard?
Let's just say maybe I wish I had learnt it again, because that could have been helpful down the line.
Why? What
It
happened?
is
You put
very
condoms on
weird for your
bananas.
parents
I
to
was
teach you
putting them on
that,
my
dude.
balls a lot. Turns out it's like completely the wrong place.
I like the idea that you get home from the grocery and you've got this bowl full of bananas in the kitchen. You go, all right, well, I got to keep them fresh. And so then you get out a
Okay,
pack
dude.
of condoms. As
Isn't
my mum
the
taught me
trick
to
to
do.
put like
These
something
banana
around the
wrappers are
stem
great.
of the
I like
banana that
flavoured ones.
keeps
It
it
pumps a
more
nice,
fresh?
nice chocolate flavour to the banana.
Makes them real slippery, though. Adhered time.
Jesus.
My name's Nord.
My parents never gave me that talk. They probably assumed I was getting no girls, and they would assume correctly. So let's move.
Welcome to a day in my life. Gotta wake up early, 2 a.m.
The
Nord's got
NordVPN.
servers in every time zone,
of course.
so you gotta be on the clock.
The
if you
Sigma
want to
grinds that
compete.
did.
Cold brew for breakfast.
Cold
Air
brew.
shower. Rub my teeth with some Himalayan salt. I'm ready to begin the day.
That's literally how the videos go,
Before I
dude.
head to the gym, I shop around on my phone.
Where did he have
Using
3
Nord, I
hours,
get
though, bro?
savings on region-specific pricing. That's a tip. Stay rich. While I'm at the gym, I do sponsor reads. How about Nord? One take. Threat protection. Take your security to the next level. Blocks malware, trackers, and ads. Whee! Don't just invest in the product, invest in the company. Don't mind that, it's just my Nord FT.
Is that FT?
Nord can also do this. That's one thing they won't teach you in business school. Stay wealthy. But the most
It
important
was kind of funny
thing,
how so many
read at least
like,
one book
Canadian
per
Netflix,
day.
American
Of course,
Netflix,
it all makes
UK
sense.
Netflix, all totally
3
different.
p.m. Time to shoot my podcast. All right, peasants, here's how
yes.
to be an alpha. Sorry, no monies. Looks like the podcast is regional.
Only
Do it.
available
You're
in
gonna have to have
Mexico.
NordVPN. Or, God forbid, live in Mexico. 6
Ah.
p.m. Time for
Worst
business.
places to live,
What's
probably.
up, Jeff? How's the wife? Just heard about Amazon. Think it could be something big. You give me some stock and I'll give you a
Huge deal.
2-year plan with a free bonus month. Well, he must have got disconnected.
Imagine how
Now
hard
for
it
a
is to
good
actually
night's
contact
rest.
Jeff Bezos.
And we do it all over tomorrow.
Those morning routine videos are all such crap, dude.
Go to NordVPN.com
Yeah, that's them. That's them for real, dude.
incognito to get a huge deal on a 2-year plan plus a free bonus
Get up
month.
at 4
plus
a.m.
also
because
that
that's the
threat
grind
protection
hour,
thing.
brother.
Add over.
If you ever tried getting up at 4 a.m. every day, bro, that shit sucks. I tried it because I was intrigued to see, like, when I was a lot younger, I tried it. Bro, it's just depressing, man. Like, especially if you like to go to bed late, depressing, trying to force yourself awake. It's better just to sleep the hours rather than get up early and be more productive in the hours you're awake. Anyway, how is Babby formed?
Search how is Babby formed.
Fertilization. This is ridiculous.
How
How
get
come this
girl
child
get
can show
pregnant?
cum?
But you get demonetized.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Susan.
Nucleus.
Isn't it crazy?
Wasn't
that
there a
every one
whole
of us did
meme of
this?
Okay, so
People
it goes
were
into
spelling
the
pregnant
end
on
of
Yahoo
what looks like
Answers?
a grape.
The grape surgery?
This is it all grown up now. Do you feel old yet?
Shut up.
On their journey toward the egg. However, resident cells from the woman's immune system, mistaking the sperm for foreign invaders, destroy
No,
thousands.
my brothers.
Yeah, then they put on a stupid wig.
Next, half the sperm head for the empty fallopian tube, while the other half swim toward the tube containing the unfertilized egg.
Isn't it true? Like,
Some sperm get trapped in the cilia and die.
no,
It's just a sword trap.
At long last, the sperm reach the egg.
So we get to the egg. All right, at least this is going to be simple,
Isn't-
right?
Isn't that how I
I
imagine
swear the
you-
first one won't be the one that wins because like we only have to like break the outer shell and like whichever one just probably multiple get in. let's be real.
No, I thought it was like a big one sort of thing with just a skin on the outside, like a lychee.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. This looks like a subaquatic plant.
They're called creep vines.
Oh, shit,
Subnautica.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is covered with a layer of cells
I
called
think
the
every record I
corona
get myself.
radiata,
Corona.
Don't call it that.
the outer layer of the egg, the zona pellucida.
Zona pellucida. It's like
He's making shit up now.
the Zona pellucida of 1999 is the best damn concert I ever went to.
I'm getting like survivor's guilt from like the millions of sperm that died in really comical ways.
When we
Yeah,
edit
true.
this, we'll have it with like a bunch of
I
Getting,
won.
rage faces on all of them as well.
Perfect.
It just feels like it's full of all these comical Looney Tunes traps. Like even the part where half of them got the wrong tube.
Yeah.
It's like egg this way, done in like rough paint on like a wooden sign.
which triggers their acrosomes to release digestive enzymes.
What the fuck?
The first sperm to make contact will fertilize the egg.
So what you're trying to say is that the pussy is kind of like the OG Squid Game, because this dude had to fight everyone else through a series of wacky trials.
Oh yeah, no, it's true because at the end he gets a daft haircut. Remember,
Yeah, yeah.
just like this.
That was
I
the
didn't watch
dumbest
it,
part
but
of Squid
Joins
Game.
BTS or whatever
Yeah,
the
he
fuck's
literally
going on there.
does.
The tightly
BTS.
packed male genetic material spreads out.
And it just goes, oh, I don't know. All the spaghetti in its pockets just start falling everywhere.
Baguette.
Oh jeez, oh, I'm so sorry.
I
The
remember
female
that
genetic
fucking
material.
pocket spaghetti, dude.
Awakened by the fusion of the
Like, what is this? Is this like two
Licorice.
AA batteries? What is? I don't even know what's happening.
This looks like in Majora's Mask when you play the Song of Time and go back in time.
Oh yeah, they ripped that one off. Yeah, now we're going to use these massive strings to pull you together. What? Who designed this?
This is like a Final Fantasy move or something. This is like a summon.
plant in a rich leafy vein, growing and maturing for the next 9 months.
Yeah. So
My
if anyone
question
asks you-
is, does it matter which sperm wins? Do they all have identical genetic material on them? So no matter which one wins, I would still be the outcome? Or is it more of a, if that one didn't win and a different one did, it wouldn't be me, it would be someone totally different right now? Because that's interesting. Because everyone says you are like 1 in however many trillion chance to be here, but maybe if you combine those two people, well, no, that would make everyone's brother and sister the same. No, it would be a different person. I'm stupid. Never mind.
How was Babby formed? It's as simple
I
as
thought me and my brother would just be exactly the same. We've got the same parents.
one time for some reason I spent a week on a deer farm.
It's like a Simpsons bit.
Yeah, that's one time for some
Deer farm? I've never been to a deer farm.
one time for some reason I spent a week on a deer farm.
It's like a Simpsons bit.
Yeah, that's my childhood. It's like just different occupations every week. I must have been 9. It was run by this like elderly couple and they had tons of deer. And the thing about deer is you have to have electric fences. Also, the fences have to be quite high because
So
the
they can
deer
jump.
leap. But also, the electric fences have to be stronger than that for cattle because they kick.
Right.
So they will kick the electric fences. The hooves don't conduct that well, and so you really want to have a strong.
How much does
voltage
that
there.
cost in
So it's not like a
electricity?
little
Yeah,
zap,
Jesus.
boop,
Yeah,
zap.
yeah.
It's like fork in the outlet sort of deal. So
Wasn't there like a
with
video of a
the
woman like trying to jump an electric fence and then she like face planted and shit?
deer, buckets and buckets full of apples. And I'm there with my sister and my mum, and my mum's like, grab the gate, and I go over to the
And
gate,
they- and the
unlock
things
it,
run.
and then
They
I
run
just
out.
suddenly wake up on the ground.
Ooh, that's fun.
Ooh, I just start crying. Yeah, I just got shocked by this
Yeah,
fucking thing,
yeah.
and then I just
Ah.
dropped like a rock. That whole time on the deer farm was pretty fraught with injury, to be honest, because like even when the guy was going around telling us about the deer, he's like, "Don't stand behind the deer."
Boy,
because they
common
will
sense,
kick.
bro.
And then as he's saying that, he's standing behind a fucking deer, and it kicks him in the head,
Oh,
and he
Jesus.
just goes down like a fucking sack of bricks. And we thought he was dead, and like he's fine, like he just gets back up. But
Oh, for
holy
fuck's
shit.
sake.
Like
bro.
Sideshow Bobby gets up in the exact same place and the deer just kicks him again.
Yeah,
It
the
just
whole
keeps,
break.
like,
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
rape
Getting up again.
Yeah, the rape. Bad words, bruh. My mom let not deal with me swearing, bro, until I got to like 15, 16. And like she gradually, after I kept saying fuck and shit, and well, shit to me is not a swear word, but after I kept saying it enough, she kind of just was like, alright, she got used to it, but she was not having it initially. I once got beats for saying piss, bro. I remember.
Certain words were bad because you accidentally said them or did them in front of your parents.
That was the one that
when we
got
were
me in
very
trouble.
young, the strongest swear word we knew, and if you said it, you would be in enormous
Also,
trouble.
don't say screw
Pain in the
you.
ass.
Yeah,
Arse.
right.
I don't know about
Yes.
Ass and damn and crap, like back when those
Damn.
used to be hot shit.
I don't know about damn, but
Wanker was
crap.
like, so I didn't
Nah,
know
I
what it
wasn't
meant.
allowed to
I'm
say that.
like
That was the
10,
bad one to
maybe
me.
11, something
My dad used to say that consistently. That to me was worse than saying fuck, bro.
like that. I knew the word, so I was just going around like, such and such is wanker.
Yeah.
Such and such is wanker. And then eventually my mum turns to me and she goes, do you know what that word means? And I was like, no. Like really reluctantly saying, fine, no. And then she's like, it's someone who touches themselves.
Yo!
It's true. You
And I
don't think
was
of it to be
so
that very
embarrassed.
early on. I think I
never
googled
said
it.
it again. Oh no. Ruined everything.
I remember I was in the mall with my dad and I was just kind of like saying words to myself because you're a kid, I guess.
Sega words to myself because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I think I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, go on.
I was going through all the words in my head I could come up that ended with anchor,
Oh no.
tanker, banker.
Banker.
And then I just started going through all the other letters.
Oh,
just to
that
see
does happen
if they sounded
sometimes.
fun to say. And I said wanker out loud really bad. And I just remember my dad immediately snapped. He just
Yeah.
turns, he says, never say
I
that
bet,
word
dude.
again. And I was like, oh. And then I just said it on YouTube that 1 million people are going to see. So fuck you, Dad.
Yeah. Text message trauma.
I'm a freshman at university. Bright-eyed, can't wait to attend my whatever the fuck lecture. I go to this class and I meet these two girls. And one of them I really fancied and the other one I did
Was
not
a
fancy all
whale.
that much.
How come?
Anyway, we got along really well, the three of us, and we're sort of hanging out for a sort of couple hours after class. And then I thought, oh, we'll trade numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Nice.
got
Yeah.
this girl's number.
Nice.
That was the girl A. Now, I wasn't interested in girl A very much. I was interested in girl B.
The girl B model.
We go off our own ways. And, I'm like, oh, I want to text this girl B. So I send girl A this message.
Idiot.
Hey, have you got girl B's number? And, trying to be really sly about it, but it's probably as fucking obvious as it can be.
Out of the way, I go.
And she
Sure.
says something like, yeah, sure, hold on, I'm in class. And
If you're the ugly friend, dude. This is the thing, yeah. When girls you like, they always have an ugly friend, dude. And they always play gatekeeping Andy, bro. Gatekeeping Gary. They're like the guardian golem, bro. They've got to stand outside and not let you... Make sure you don't talk to their friend, nothing like that, bro. Because they kind of feel bad that it's not them. You know what I mean? And that no man approaches them. And try and get their number. So that's probably what happened in this situation. But judging by this, he was more talking to the one he didn't like than the one he did like. So maybe this is on him,
I also had class. So what I then proceeded
Marketing
to do,
101.
put my phone in my bag. But this is back in the day when phones had to be locked. This is buttons.
Yeah, analog. Anything and it can just push down a button.
Exactly. When you used to be able to text and drive really easily.
Bring that back.
I don't remember. I don't
Texting,
remember
driving,
that.
drinking.
Having to
So
lock my
now,
phone.
this particular phone had a very interesting quirk, which was that if you pressed the right button, it opens the menu. But if you press right again, it goes SMS. And then if you press right again, it goes new message. And if you press right again, it will go, oh, you must have finished with your message.
Pizza.
It goes to contacts. So these names are in alphabetical order, right? And her name just happens to be first on that list.
Oh, no.
And then if you press right again, it will send.
Oh,
so I
no.
put my phone in my bag. And I don't know it, but the right-hand button is being pressed
What are you
for the
sending,
next
though?
hour and a half. And it's just looping. blank messages to this girl. You've just met this guy at university. He's a bit of an unknown quantity. He has now
Yeah.
just asked your friend for her number. And when he didn't get it, he has
Oh,
just
that's
sent
funny,
you
dude.
about 2,000 blank text messages with impatience. She must have had to turn off her phone, or it's just going off like ding, 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 ding. I was like, oh, I'll look at my phone again. And I'm like, oh my God, it's got 1,000 of 2,000
my
messages
God,
still to send.
what?
And I'm like, oh, you can't cancel it. Like the whole phone is just going into paralysis with how many
Oh,
messages
fuck's
it has to
sake.
send. And so eventually I'm just like, and pulling the battery off the back. Then I'm in this dilemma because
Bro,
it's
that
like,
must
you've
feel
now sent
awful,
this girl
bro.
1,000 messages.
Why has he got an
Do
Apple
you
Watch
call
though?
her and say sorry? Do you send her another text message?
I don't know
and
what you
say,
do.
Sorry about that. I have this inexplicable problem.
She'd be like, what the fuck?
Bro,
is
she's already
that, dude?"
deleted and
And
blocked
so
your number, bro.
what I decided to do was nothing.
Ah,
I
probably.
just never said anything about it and decided I sure hope I don't run into
He
her
was gonna
again.
pretend it didn't.
And then about 2 days later, I get a message. The message has Girl B's number in it.
My man,
Like
dude.
I still felt like I couldn't explain the situation, so I never did. And then I went on this like awkward, not quite date thing with Girl B. For some reason, she agreed to meet up. Maybe I just forgot or something, but I never explained it to her either.
She went on a date with you because she was afraid of the same thing happening to her.
Yeah, I got to do this to save my friends. I'll never forget this. You do the same for me.
Yeah, haha. I hated those kind of type of phones. That was my first phone, like not quite a brick, but it was a Nokia. It was a Nokia. And the old way you would have to text, where you would have to, they'd only have like what, the 10 or 11 buttons, and you'd have to press it like 4 times for each letter. That shit was pretty annoying. I don't remember having to lock it though, but I also remember you having a very, very limited amount of text. I don't remember unlimited text being a thing back then, but maybe because I was a kid and I remember each text costing money, but maybe I was on a pay-as-you-go at the time, actually. I don't remember. I got it when I was 10 years old, and I am now almost 24 years old. So, yeah, anyway. Piss in a cup. Did I ever have to? I did have to one time, actually. I remember, but I was young, so I did it in like a measuring jug and then poured it into the cup. Anyway.
I'm trying to get some life insurance at the moment because I'm going to perish soon, probably.
Yeah.
They actually have a person come to your house now. You don't have to go to the doctors and do X, Y, Z. They'll just have a lady come to your house with a little suitcase. So she wheels it in.
That the
comes
lady
into
from
my office, and she
WandaVision.
just starts taking blood. Like I'm sitting in my chair and I got a fucking needle in my
Oh,
arm, and she's
bloody
draining all the blood from my body. And
I mean, you did consent to it, to be fair. You kind of made it sound like she just rocked up and sticked you.
But one thing I didn't know that I was signing for is they do a urine test as well.
Oh, stole your piss.
She hands me these 2 cups, fill one halfway and fill the other one full, and
That one's for me.
yeah, she hands me a coffee mug and she goes, if there's any spare. I piss into these 2 cups and I thought it would go everywhere because I'm not very used to.
I got a shotgun cock.
Yeah, very powerful stream. I had to hold it about 15 feet away. Anyway, so I do that. But then the worst part is, right, I thought, oh, she's going to put it in these like plastic bags and
Oh,
send
did
it
she
away
just
to the
put it straight
labs.
in?
Nope, that's just what she's doing with the blood. She gets out this like fish water testing kit and then she starts dipping it
Oh,
in the cup
wow.
while I'm
Oh.
yeah.
To be
What a
fair,
job,
it's better
dude.
that she did something with it. Because imagine if you just brought it out and she was like, ugh,
Yeah, but it was so healthy, she said. It was just such a
so tasty.
yeah, such vital piss that
Lemonade.
she didn't even bother sending the other cup to the lab. No, that's good. No
She just put it in her
proteins,
pocket and walked
no-
out.
Yeah, right. Just dabbed a bit on her neck, and went, that'll keep those foxes away. Fuck, sorry. I know I keep doing this. Hold on one sec.
You're good.
Historian's at the store at the moment. I have to reply to her.
Get me more piss. That woman today stole all of mine. Can I get you the piss in the bags? It's cheaper.
Okay, bro.
Hey guys. Editor here. They didn't bother recording an ending. So instead, here's a small taste of what it's like to edit for IH. Please end my suffering.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
My baby don't mess around.
Note to the editor.
Editor, extend his neck 50 times.
I have to go to the bathroom so badly.
Hey, editor. Wait, how do we get on?
They
I'll
actually
leave that
do
in.
that. That's quite funny.
Editor, cut that out.
Sorry, none of these are fucking scary.
We'll leave all of those in.
Leave the last 3 hours of footage.
No, he's watching
Note to the
Trash
editor.
Hey,
Taste.
Barry, make sure to cut out right when I start saying bitch.
By the way, editor, sorry, I have accidentally hit stop record on the, so it's out of sync.
Hey, editor, just make the graphics scary.
Yeah, perfect,
It'll
perfect.
do. You'll figure it out.
So I don't know if this is gonna work, but
Have you ever encountered a spooky spook? Have you ever been stalked? Have you been walking down the streets of...
dear editor.
Delete everything. Delete the
That
last 10
would be
minutes.
quite irritating, but I bet he
I'm
pays you
so
good
sorry.
for it. So
Please keep that in.
We can't do that with
At least I hope he does.
torture for the editor. He'd be so mad. Just a small town girl.
cutting nails during recording.
What?
Well, that's the end of that. Entertaining, man. Entertaining. Relatable. Relatable, but isn't all his content relatable? I actually have a funny story I heard about people having to piss in the cup. I heard about this story. I don't know if it was one of those weird Reddit videos where, like, people basically get the AI voice to read out on Reddit, and that's now integrated from YouTube to, like, people used to make the compilations of it on YouTube. Now it's on TikTok in shorter form. And I heard a story about a guy going to a doctor's, getting told to do a pee sample, but the nurse misspoke and told him she needed like a semen sample. So he spent like 10 minutes in there doing the deed, and then she was horrified when it happened, when he gave it to her. That must have been a horrifying experience, to be honest. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today. I'll see you all next time.